Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Sentiment here. Today's video is going to be on some more advanced topics. This video is going to be for people who maybe flown before but don't have a whole lot of hours in the pilot or in the pilot seat. In this video, I'm going to try to give you some of the little tips and lessons that you learn as you fly. So this first video, I'm just showing off that you want to try to make the best of every situation. If you get shot down, it takes time for the chopper to respawn, so you don't want to just instantly suicide and go sit on the loading screen waiting. You want to try to do as much as you can in the time that you have. It helps if you know if your server has a fast respawn or if your server doesn't. So my next tip is going to be make sure you always watch out for SOFLAMs, because a guided shell or a javelin will take you out of the air real fast. In this clip, I'm just showing you that if you let go of the W or the gain altitude button, you can actually get a bit more time on your strafing run to attack the tank. You can see there I actually got 2 volleys in on that tank before it had to fly up. So if you just let go of the W button, you can actually get a little bit more time to get shots. This clip I'm just showing you that you need to try to spot, like I usually hit the W, or the Q button actually, sorry, which is my spot button, while I'm kind of pointing the aimer over the general area of the flag, because you can usually get a lucky spot and find, like in the very first clip, you find like 4 guys just running around. In this clip, I'm just showing you, this clip doesn't do it justice, but if you know that the guy has used his flares recently, like this guy was flying away from the jets, you can actually just fire all your missiles right away instead of, the fire one and then wait. So here I just wanted to show you guys, you have to be conscious about where you fly, especially at the very start of the round. You don't want to just take off and fly right out into the battlefield, because that's where all the jets and all the other choppers are going to be looking for things to shoot down. So you want to try to take a path that's not going to get you seen right away. You see that the jet at the top just flew over our spawn and then flew away. And this chopper was easy target for me because he just kind of flew right over the battlefield, and it makes it very easy for me to pick him off. A little tactic I like to use when I'm fighting against other choppers: if you get close enough to them, it doesn't matter how fast or if they have flares or not, they can't really react fast enough to flare away your missiles. So if you've got balls of steel, you can land your chopper, or at least hover right around the flag and try to help your team capture the point. But you want to make sure that you know that there's nothing else in the air that's going to take you down. So if you're trying to learn, or even once you get good at flying choppers or even jets, you're just gonna have to learn that you have to be patient. Once you die, it takes a little bit of time for the jets to respawn or the choppers to respawn, unless you're on a instant respawn server. So you want to try to be as useful to your team as possible. I like to run the anti-air rockets so that while I'm sitting in spawn waiting for a chopper, I have something to do, so I can at least still be contributing to the team rather than just standing around a base doing nothing. In this next clip, I'm just trying to show you that you always want to be aware of everything on your screen. You see up in the upper left-hand side of the screen, there's a jet coming around, and I see he's coming for a pass on me. So I drop down really low to the ground so that if he does try to actually come at me, he's going to have to be at such a horrible angle that he's probably going to crash. You always want to make sure that you're using the terrain to your advantage. If you're being locked on, you want to try to get down below the trees or around behind a building. This is why in the first video that I suggest you try to learn stun flying. I'm just trying to show you here that when you're fighting another chopper, the best idea is to fire one missile so that he wastes his flares, and then by the time you get to use your second volley of missiles, your first missile will have reloaded, so you have 2 missiles to shoot at the guy. This is just sort of showing why you shouldn't waste your flares super early. You don't really want to waste your flares on a lock, so you kind of need to learn the difference between the sounds. I'll accentuate it a little bit more in a second, but this part I'm just trying to show you need to make sure you've flown as a gunner before, because you want to be aware of giving your gunner the best shot. this clip here, like you can see he's firing way off over to the side, and you might think, oh no, you need to turn the chopper so that you can see better. But if you actually look at the little box with the square inside of it that's moving around, he actually had a perfectly clear shot of what he was trying to shoot at. So this next clip is just about knowing your chopper. Your chopper can take quite a bit of damage before it actually crashes, and this is just sort of an unlucky clip, but if you land your chopper right on the skids, yeah, see here I get unlucky and the chopper rolls over me and kills me. But if you land your chopper flat on the skids, it actually won't take any damage because the skids aren't part of your vehicle, so they don't take damage. Like if you land at an odd angle, and you roll forward, you'll actually hit the nose onto the ground and take damage. If you like in this earlier in this video, I used my flares on the first missiles, and I knew I was going to be hit by the second set of missiles, so I flew up in the air because you don't want to get hit by a missile and then knocked a little bit to the side right as you're going between trees or something, or really close to the ground. You want to try to stay away from objects if you know you're going to get hit, so you fly up a little bit. As I said before, you need to learn the tones, the difference between the tones. The beep 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 is locking, and then the constant tone, like there, means that somebody has an actual lock on you. You need to be careful. There's people who like to leave a lock on you for a long time just to see if you'll waste your flare. You see here I just took a hit and I have no problem just flying the chopper. You also have to be careful, so you can hear my gunner probably talking over it, but you can hear my gunner getting a lock on too, so you have to be careful about that. The gunner getting a lock on sounds pretty much the same as your chopper being locked, so you need to kind of get used to the differences in the sounds. Another thing to be aware of is that the tail on the chopper is actually very long. It seems like a lot of people, even myself, crashed a lot because you're just not really aware of how long the tail is or how high it sticks up. When you're tilting the chopper very forward and you're trying to fly, like say you're trying to fly under the signs, like road signs, your tail is actually a lot higher than the cockpit, so it'll actually smack things and crash you. So you have to be very careful about that. I hope this video helped you guys. I always appreciate your comments and feedback, so let me know what you think. And as always, fly safe.